Hi, I'm Barbie Romero, the Director of Event Programming at MediaPost. Welcome to our Brand Insider series, Backstage Exclusive. This is your chance to ask our past brand insiders what's on your mind. Today on our spotlight is Douglas Atchison, Director of Retail from Casper. Welcome, Doug.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, Barbie.
Yeah, excited to have you. So, I've been following Casper for a few years along the journey. I have not taken a nap appointment yet, but I should do that sometime in the near future.
It's never
Uh,
too late to start.
Yeah. So, and I think that's a really, really cool experience. I should have probably done that last week when I had extra time in between travels. But anyway, that's for another time. And so we were curious if your target market in store is different from the people that shop online. So I don't know if you guys differentiate your target markets.
I mean, we do to an extent. We understand that there is a little bit of a difference in the demographic that shops online exclusively versus the folks that are kind of come to those stores. I think the interesting thing is that we've found that the vast majority of the people that do come into our stores explore us online first, though. So we find almost 9 out of 10 people that are coming to our stores have looked at our website and kind of have an idea of what they want to try out. We do find the people that choose to purchase online are generally, purchasing our entry level products, while the folks that are purchasing in stores tend to gravitate to kind of our higher end, more expensive lineup.
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense because people want to like lay down on it and try it out,
Yeah, right?
especially if they're if they're being charge more money. I mean, I personally would want to see the product in person. So yeah, and then the next question we have submitted from the audience is, how do you offer a seamless customer experience in store that also reflects your online presence? So as you said, like, people a lot of times they'll go online and then they'll go in store. How do you offer that seamless experience in both locations?
Well, I think the important thing is having just a unified brand voice. There's a lot of ways that you can do that. I mean, baseline, we always make sure that the promotions and the pricing online and the offerings in stores are the same. But we also make sure like the verbiage, the font and the graphics, the focus as far as what we're doing from a online standpoint and in store, all are kind of marching in the same direction. And that
Mhm.
just gives a nice cohesion. It helps customers trust the brand a little bit more. And it also gives you, from a selling standpoint, the ability to kind of hone in on what were the triggers that brought somebody in. That way, when somebody sees something exciting online, it's reaffirmed in the store, and they have a really seamless, exciting experience that way.
Great. So then the next question is, does online ordering data help inform new store locations? So I don't know if you see a trend in like, I don't know, name whatever city like Austin or something. A lot of people searching for Casper there, buying Casper there. Does that make you want to open a store there?
Yeah, when we look at the markets that we're most interested in expanding our retail footprint, those markets tend to be the ones that we know people are excited about the brand. So, Boston or Philadelphia, the Bay Area, Seattle, Austin, which you mentioned, any of those markets where folks tend to gravitate toward us or areas that we want to have our store in because like we kind of talked about earlier, sometimes people definitely want to try out physically a product like a mattress that you're interacting with so physically before you make that decision to buy. So we find especially kind of the warm weather markets because of our cooling technology that's really kind of catching people's eyes right now. So we definitely utilize, our online purchase dynamics to kind of inform what our retail decisions will be.
Great. And so a lot of the times, when people go into a store, the first interaction they get is with staff. How does staff training help create a memorable in-store experience? How are you guiding your staff and making them your brand ambassadors in a way?
Well, I think the importance of just having that same brand voice resonate throughout the staff in the stores is really critical. And training for me is top priority. When you think about, different products that people buy, there's very few things that you're going to interact with as physically and tactically as a mattress in your life. Like you're spending hours and hours and hours of a day there on your mattress. And so we take it pretty seriously. And we definitely make sure that the moment people step into our stores, they know that we're here to guide, through our product lineup, um, give you a really great experience and help find a solution. I mean, generally the reason people are replacing their mattress is because the one they have right now just isn't meeting their expectations. They're dealing with aches and pains, lack of sleep, it causes stress, anxiety. There's so many health impacts that not getting enough sleep has. And I mean, I know that firsthand. I travel a ton, and I mean, it wears on you. And so we really do focus on that health and wellness piece, making sure that our staff is understanding of the impact that proper sleep has, the science behind our products and how they work, and really bringing that to life for people when they come in the stores. Because a lot of times when you go to a mattress store, you're just laying on a mattress and you're like, how does it feel? I think it's fine. We really kind of take people through how does this work? What does targeted support mean? How do pressure points differ than, just a firm mattress? And so we really do try to go that extra mile and help people understand what makes us different and what makes our product a really good solution for whatever they're struggling with.
Yeah, that's great. So you really personalize that exchange of your customers, and try to find their
Absolutely.
literally their pain points,
Right.
to help them every night. That's great to hear. So then the last question here is, what are some emerging marketing trends that you are most excited about? Are there any that you think are overhyped?
Oh man. I mean, some of the marketing trends that are exciting, I think, AI is kind of on everyone's mind or the forefront of a lot of people's minds where the ability to create, a presentation just at the snap of a finger almost. It is
Mhm.
really exciting, but I also do think that it is a little overhyped in a way because it takes kind of that human touch out of it and that human understanding of like, hey, I mean, AI can't empathize with someone's situation. And so I think that that's something I'm really excited about. From a marketing standpoint and the things that we're doing in stores, I am excited about some of the electronic and graphic solutions that are starting to emerge. And you're seeing that in a lot of physical retail locations, kind of that dovetailing or meshing of the e-com world and the ability to, just place an order in a store like you're there and there's a kiosk, like just stuff like that where um the world's getting faster and smaller all at the same time almost it seems. And we want to make sure that we're incorporating that in our stores and that it's something that we're meeting people where they are and meeting their expectations. So I think that digital world is super exciting, but I also think it's, at the end of the day, people want to talk to a person, and I think that's something that is great. And thank goodness that is the case, or we wouldn't have stores anymore. We'd all just be in our houses. So it's something I'm excited to see where it goes. I think that AI creation and the ability to utilize it and get new ideas that you maybe would never have come up with is really exciting.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And now we're part of the show where I'll ask you a few rapid fire questions. These are
Cool.
quick answers only. So the first one I have is, are you a morning or night person?
Oh, I am definitely a night owl, sad to say.
What is your most underrated marketing channel that you think needs to be used more?
Probably just the emergence of influencers. I think there's a lot of kind of those grassroots influencers that make a big impact.
Yeah, definitely. And normally I ask people, what is a marketing term you hate? But let's flip it on its head. And what is a marketing term that you love to use?
Oh man, I think ROI is one of those that gets a bad rap, but for me, it's like, hey, I want to understand like what are we getting out of the effort that we're putting into things, and not necessarily just like return on investment from a financial standpoint, but even just the time and effort you put into something, are we really getting the best out of what we're putting in? So I'll say ROI is both.
Yeah, definitely. I love that answer. Well, Doug, thanks for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you to the audience for tuning in. If you have any other questions or would like to be on the spotlight yourself, contact me at barbie@mediapost.com. Take care.